All right, guys. So there has been a heartbreaking story that's been going viral all over the internet. And it is about a boy who was shot and unalived by officers in Ohio, right? And the very next day, the boy's father ran over a cop and ended up unaliving the cop because his son got shot the prior day by an officer. I mean, truly a heartbreaking story. 3 lives taken. The son by the cop, a cop, not the cop that shot the son, a cop. I believe the cop was doing like crossing the street duty. I forgot what those are called. But the father seen a cop and ran him over. Now the father's in jail. And who even knows how long the father's in jail before a cop messes around and unalives him? Either way, his life is gone because he'll be in life in jail or cops is gone. Depending on how these officers was looking when he was in jail. There was more than 30 officers when he went into the court. More than 30. Rodney Hinton Jr. is his name. And his son's name was Rodney Hinton as well. But check out the story the news gave us.
Next tonight, authorities in Ohio say the man who allegedly rammed his car into a sheriff's deputy, killing him, did so intentionally. The suspect appearing in court today is the father of an 18-year-old killed in an officer-involved shooting on Thursday. The suspect charged with aggravated murder. Here's ABC's Christiane Cordero.
Tonight, authorities say the shooting of an 18-year-old captured on police body cam is connected to the death of an Ohio deputy after that teen's father allegedly hit him with a car a day later. Prosecutors say the attack was calculated and premeditated. Cincinnati PD responding to reports of a stolen Kia at an apartment building Thursday morning. 4 suspects then fleeing police. Among them, 18-year-old Ryan Hinton. Body camera shows Hinton fall as he tries to run away. Police say they heard a metal clinking sound they believe was a gun.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun! On your right! On your right! He's got a gun!
As Hinton emerges from behind a dumpster, authorities say another officer firing 4 or 5 shots.
The officer says that he saw the suspect point the firearm at him.
Yes. Just 6 seconds passed between when police arrived and gunshots rang out. Officials say they tried administering medical aid. Hinton was struck twice and died. Investigators saying this gun was recovered from the scene allegedly found in Hinton's possession. On Friday, a day after that shooting and 2 hours after the Hinton family reviewed the body camera footage, according to the family's lawyer, a driver crashing a car into a Hamilton County deputy directing traffic near a commencement ceremony, killing him. The suspect, authorities say, is Ryan Hinton's father, Rodney Hinton Jr. Hinton's attorney calling the officer's death a horrific tragedy. At his first court appearance today, Hinton walked through a room packed with law enforcement. He's now charged with aggravated murder. The Hamilton County Sheriff says the deputy's death.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the story is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. So the cops got a call about a stolen car, and his son was among the different individuals within the car. And then they're saying a gun was found in his possession, and he was shot. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Then the next day, the father seen an officer and ran him over. Guys, I wanna say this. Even though it's very heartbreaking, and I can't imagine what the dad was dealing with. I mean, can you imagine like your son being shot and his life getting taken away from him? For one, he shouldn't have been in a stolen vehicle, right? We can't put ourselves in different situations, and always expect the best outcome. However, it's heartbreaking for a father, But what I don't agree with is the dad taking the life of an officer that had nothing to do with it. At that point, you know, it really makes no sense, you know. And you have different people who will want to be on sides, but really, there's no sides to this, guys. It's evil and there's good. Evil and there's good. If the dad thought that the son's life was taken and it was, his life shouldn't have been taken. You know, it should have been handled a legal way, I believe. Even though that's hard to do, a lot of different individuals, it should have been handled a legal way. But now it can't be. His dad's in jail, you know, and the officer who took the life of his son, he's still, you know, moving the way he want to move. You know, if it wasn't justified, if the gun was really on his son and his son was in a stolen car, then an officer who is about to arrest somebody and has a gun, depending on how his life feels, if he feels threatened, he's going to use it. He's going to use his firearm. That's what they're trained to do. If you're a cop, I mean, this is why you really have to think about it. You have to take yourself out of the emotion of a family, because that can be very emotional. You can get stuck in that, like, man, I guess his father had to do what he had to do. But if you're a cop and you're going to a scene where a car is reported stolen and 3 different individuals jump out and one has a gun, and you think the person's, you know, capable of using the gun, you're going to use your firearm. You're going to do that if you are a cop, I'm saying. If I was a cop, I would have did that. So if it was a justified shooting, then it was a justified shooting. But if you just shot the person for no reason, that's a different story. But either way it goes, you know, 3 lives taken. 3 lives taken. I pray for their family to have peace, you know, the Hinton family, and also the officer who was ran over by the father. Pray for both of their families to have peace, man, because lives were taken and didn't necessarily have to be taken. They didn't. This is just evil infiltrating, you know, and manifesting into a place where people's whole life is gone. Whole life gone. No reason. Who knows who his son was? I seen his son in a different football outfit on a different picture. Might have been a good kid hanging with the wrong crowd. Watch your children. Watch your children, brothers and sisters. Be a parent. I don't care if, you know, you got to get involved in different ways. Like saying, like, you can't hang out with this person, you can't hang out with that person. Be a parent. Guide your kid in the right way, in the right direction. Because things like this can happen. Your kid can get involved with the wrong crowd and do the wrong things. There's no reason a child should be stealing a car or in a stolen car. No reason. It's sad. Truly sad. Pray for the victims' families. Amen. My heart goes out to even the father and the grief, you know, and that the dad is dealing with because of the son. I don't agree with his actions when it came to an innocent officer. That was ridiculous. Definitely a sad situation.
Good morning, Mr. Hinton. Good morning.
He said good morning, Judge. He's a very soft spoken.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Anything as to probable cause?
Your Honor, we'll waive probable cause this morning. I have submitted designations for John Kennedy and Timothy Bignell. They will be the attorneys of record handling Mr. Hinton's case. I'll be handling the arraignment this morning.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Prosecutor, or anything as to bond?
As to bond, Your Honor. Thank you. Your Honor, We understand this is a very, very serious, very terrible charge that Mr. Hinton is facing. He has but he does not have a history, Judge. He has no felonies in his record. His risk assessment score was a 1. He has no juvenile record. He works at PDF. He's married. He's a father. He's a graduate of Purcell Marion. I understand that this is an emotionally charged situation. I understand that Mr. Hinton's son may have been killed by the police earlier in the week. There was a review of that video. I understand that there is a lot of sadness and a lot of anger in this room right now, but in the community at large. And we're just asking the court to set a reasonable bond in light of everything to allow the constitutional process to play out.
All right, thank you. Andy, you've given me a pre-trial services sheet. Is that right, this morning? All right, the court has had a chance to review that and has passed history. Is there anything from the state through the prosecutor?
Yes, Your Honor. Ryan Nelson on behalf of the
Could you
prosecution.
give us more volume, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Ryan Nelson on behalf of the prosecution. We believe that the evidence will show is that yesterday, on about the 2nd of May, the defendant was traveling, I believe, it would be eastbound on Martin Luther King Avenue at MLK, I believe, at Burnett Woods, at the intersection, I believe, immediately north to the rear entrance of the University of Cincinnati. The defendant stops his car. The defendant, in a way that was calculated and premeditated, lined up his car, deliberately accelerated his car, and purposely caused the death of an on-duty deputy sheriff who was doing a detail at that intersection. As such, we are going to be seeking indictment for aggravated murder, and we would request, in accordance with ORC 2937-222, for a no bond hearing. That rule requires that that hearing be set within 3 business days, so we are seeking to set that date on the 6th of May of 2025, that'll be next Tuesday.
So the court will now set no bond until Tuesday, when we'll review the statute for continuing no bond under these unusual and very tragic and terrible circumstances. Where will the defendant be housed, and will he be safe? And I ask that because he was transferred, as I understand it, to Clermont County yesterday.
That's correct.
On my order.
That's correct.
And will he be returned to Clermont County until Tuesday?
It's our understanding he'll be returned to Clermont.
And you have a safe environment for him there in Clermont County? Yes, sir. You'll return him on Tuesday, May the 6th at 8:30 a.m. for a hearing at 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, for the record, we'd ask the court to put a bond on him now, but we understand that so not a bond hearing is with us.
All right, no bond.
Thank you.
Thank you. We can hold him at no bond for 72 hours,
Yes,
is that right?
that's correct.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much.
Dad looked like he gone. Like he don't care about life no more. He like, they took my son. They took me. That's what he looked like to me. He looked out of there. Even when he was walking out the courtroom, he was like, yeah. 30 officers was in there. And even when he first went in, he had a little smirk on his face. Dad gone. That's why he took the life of a crossing guard. He don't care. Luckily, they caught him. He probably took the life of a couple more officers. He gone. Man, that's a different type of broken heart. That brings out evil. That manifests evil. Right? Because like your son was it. Like you took him, I'm taking all y'all out. That's some movie stuff. Do I agree with it? Not at all. I don't agree with that. But I can see it. Sad. And this is this brings in one of those moments where, you know, you wish somebody was really in a relationship with God. Because people like this get so consumed in the physical that that's all they can see. So if something happens in the physical, that's all they know. They can't even think about the spiritual. They're like, yo, you took the only thing I loved and cared about in this world. I'm taking all y'all out. That's what it seemed like to me. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, it's a sad situation with the son, his life being taken, a young individual, the officer who was clearly innocent, whose life got taken, and now this dad is going to spend the rest of his life in jail. Tragic. Tragedy in Ohio. Pray for the families, guys. Amen. God bless.